Okay, all right. So let's see. So today what we're gonna do is this. So having spent the last 2 days on strictly definitions, now we are going to actually look at what the math actually looks like. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take baby steps, but hopefully by the end of the day, I'll get to the point that I wanted to make. But we'll see. Okay.
All right,
All right. Let's go.
anyways, now, so having learned all those definitions yesterday, right? Leading coefficient, leading term, degree, polynomial, all those words. What we want to do is to start looking at, hey, how does that actually help us? Okay, now it's gonna take us a little bit of time to get to that point where we're gonna use those words again. Okay, but I want to show you today then how to what are some of the operations that we are doing with polynomials. Okay, now to start off first then, and this is completely familiar to you, it's we're talking about operations, right? So we're talking about add, subtract, multiply. Okay, mainly. Okay, although division comes usually much more often in the high school level. Okay, so now what am I saying, right? So let's take a look. First things first, right? So here now, this is a review strictly, right? Part of this lesson is as a review, but we need to do this anyways. All right, now here we're gonna add, right? So we're gonna add two expressions, right? We got expression 1 and expression 2. Remember what I said about combining like terms, right? Or even your teachers from last year, right? Find out who's in the same family, right? There are 3 different families here, right? P squared, the number family, and the p to the third family, right? See that? So here, that's in the same family. This guy's by himself, and so is the p to the third power, right? So let's combine like terms. So 5p squared plus 7p plus 2p squared is 7p squared minus 3, and then here, what's left, whatever's left over is negative 3p to the third. Now, since you know what the standard form is like, take a moment and write this in standard form, okay? See what that will look like, all right? So try that right now if you want to. All right, now here, the largest degree comes first, right? So that makes this the leading term, right? Let's see, plus 7p squared minus 3. Now, so one of the things I want to emphasize is, whereas in the 7th grade, the expectation is that it's perfectly okay for you to write this. Now, we would like you, your 8th grade math teacher, would like you to write like this in standard form, okay? Highest power first, okay? And then descending order, okay? So, yep, keep that in mind. Now, this second one, right, here we're going to subtract 2 expressions here. Now notice, right, we got a parentheses here, so you got to be careful. This is actually being distributed. So I'm going to rewrite that first. By the way, if you want to just like press pause and do this on your own as a review for yourself, you're more than welcome to do that. All right, so 3a squared, right, that's minus 3a is negative times negative is positive, that's plus 4a to the third. Let me use a different marker. What's going on? All right, let's see. So let's see. Like terms, same family, right? That's the a to the third family. This is the a squared family, all right? So let's combine those. What would that be? A to the third plus 4a to the third, that's 5a to the third, minus, right? Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, negative 5a squared. Now, this is in standard form already, right? A to the third is at a higher power than a squared, okay? All right, now, here comes multiplication, and this is, I would say that, of all your studies in the 7th grade, this has not been, this topic has not been, what's the word, broached? Yeah, this topic hasn't been broached yet, okay, broached. Okay, I have to look that up, word up. All right, so, now, what does it mean, right? It means to multiply. As a matter of fact, right here, multiplication with the parentheses, really more specifically, we're distributing by multiplying, right? So here, look, 2n times n squared, right? So this is the invisible one. 2 times 1 is 2. N times n squared is n to the third, okay? plus, right? Positive times positive. That's why that's still a plus or positive. 2 times 3 is 6. N times n. What's n times n? Yeah, n squared. You see why we have to do that unit on all the rules for exponents, right? It still comes back to this. 2n times 4, that's 8n. Now, let's see, there's nothing to combine, right? None of these are like terms, and that's already in order, right? It's already in standard form. So that's it, done. Okay, all right, let me press pause because I gotta check my messages. Okay, all right, now, because we have not explored this particular operation previously, and even if we did, probably not that much, I would like you to try these questions first, okay? So, let's see, I think you should really try to press pause and do these 3 right now. And the reason why is normally I would go over one of these with you, but then all you're left with is 2 really easy questions. So yeah, so press pause right now, try all 3, and then when you come back, I'll actually go over it with you, okay? All right, so press pause right now. All right, okay, so let's go over the first one together. That second one, I'll just press pause and then just show you the answers, just to save you a little bit of time, okay? Now here again, we're gonna distribute, right? So let's see. By the way, one of the ways, maybe this is a little too late in the 8th grade, is to, as you multiply, add more arrows or rainbows, okay? All right, doesn't matter. 2 times 3, that's 6, right? Y third, y4 is y to the 7th. Second term, plus, right? Because that's positive times positive. 2 is 4, y to the 6th. Third term, minus 2, 6 is 12. Y third times y is y to the 4th. Let's see, plus 2 times 5 is 10, and then the y third is just y third. Okay, that's it now. This is also in standard form. So that's cool. All right, I'm going to press pause and show you these 2 answers. Now, when I was doing this, I made a realization that these 2 guys have different variables. What do? Put them next to each other. Okay, now in case you're wondering, hey, how do I know if I'm in standard form? Alphabetical, okay? X comes first before Y, okay? So that's it, and that's why this is okay also, because that's actually the higher power, okay? Same thing here, okay? All right, now, how are we doing on time? Yep, a little early. Okay, so here's really the question that I wanted to ask you guys today, which is this. What if we had an expression where we're still multiplying, right? So we're still multiplying. We're not doing, so look back up here, right? Where we are still multiplying. Let me use my highlighter. Okay, maybe not that. Right? Where we're still multiplying, right? We're multiplying here, multiplying here. But instead of taking, now look very, very carefully, right? In these 2 examples, you have, let me use my magic pen. All right, you have a term outside multiplying by couple of terms, a few terms on the inside of parentheses, right? Again, look, 1 term outside, a couple of terms inside, or even 1 term outside, a bunch of terms inside of parentheses, right? That it makes it easy. All you have to do is distribute, right? However, the question is, hey, what if even the term outside has like 2 terms in it? Meaning like whereas, so for example, let's see, let me white this part out. What if, right, instead of saying x plus 6, I need a thicker marker. All right, what if instead of saying x plus 6, right, we just have x? Well, you would distribute it, right? What happened? You would distribute and then you would get answers like how you got here, right? But that's not the question, though. The question is, what if we had terms here, where you have a binomial by a binomial, right? Because this is a monomial by a polynomial, monomial, binomial, binomial, binomial. Here, we got a binomial by binomial. That's the big question, right? That's the big question of the day. How do you do that? Well, there's a way to do it, all right? We call that method FOIL, F-O-I-L. Now, obviously stands for something. What does FOIL stand for? First, outside, inside, last. That's this, so this is called the FOIL method, all right? Everyone in the world, all right? I actually can't speak for everyone in the world because I only learned this when I'm here. But subsequently, all right, everyone in the United States, all right, in this country, learns this and uses this particular method, okay? So what does it mean, right? How do you actually apply this method? First, meaning the two first terms, right? Because this is the first term of this expression, and this one is the first term of that expression. So first means this. Should use a different color. X times X. That's the first thing. So now, I'll try to be a good teacher and like write it out. First means X times X, right? What's X times X? Yeah, X squared, right? First, outside, right? First, we did it outside. Here, the two outside terms. So meaning this guy multiplied by this one, right? It's the two outermost terms, right? So X times 9, so outside, all right? X times 9, that's 9X. That's checked. I inside, right? Inside, meaning these two inside terms, right? The two innermost terms of this whole expression, okay? Think of it like that. So inside, which is 6 times X, that's 6X, right? And then we got last, right? What's last? The two last terms. So where's the two X's are the two first terms that we did already over here? These are the two last terms. So last, so that would be 6 times 9. That's easy. 54. Now, that's not really done yet, right? Because we took a lot of time breaking this whole thing down. So we're just gonna put this back together, right? Now, these are all positive, so technically I could just write like this. And also remember, as you get better and better at this, you'll be doing this a lot faster, okay? So let me combine like terms. X squared, 9x plus 6x is 15x plus 54. Now, this is in standard form, so stamp of approval, and that's it. That's today's lesson, okay? That is the FOIL method. All right, now let's see how we're doing on time. You know what? Let's do one practice question, okay? I really should have. Oh, oops. I had everything color-coded here. Oh, man, I feel kind of bad now. All right, now, let me give you another question then. I'm going to change the numbers up, okay? So give me 1 second. All right, so let's discard that question for a while. Let's look at this, okay? Now, I'll try to color code this, all right? Now, I got to pick a color. Oh, man. All right, okay, here we go. First, right? So first, that's these two. So I'll put it here, okay? X times X. That's X squared, all right? Outside, green, all right? Outside, right? The two outside terms. Like this, right? So that's negative 5 times X. That's negative 5X, all right? And then inside, right? That would be these two. Like that, all right? And always draw the lines, by the way. I mean, I gotta tell you, like, you know, I learned this 30 years ago, and subsequently, every time I do this, subsequently, I always draw the lines. Like, I never not draw the lines. So it's, you know, it's a proven method to solve this. Okay, the two last terms like that. All right, so that's 3 times negative 5, that's negative 15, right? By the way, again, all right, if you feel like, oh man, like, I'm not really getting this, don't worry, we're gonna spend like 3 days just doing nothing but practice, okay? There's no way you're gonna leave 8th grade and MS51 without knowing how to do this. So, all right, x squared minus 5x. I'm just rewriting what I got so far from the 4 steps. All right, and then the minus 15, combine like terms, right? X squared, now minus 2x minus 15, standard form, boom, that's it, okay? So that's all I want to show you today. How are we doing on time? Yeah, it's about time. All right, so thanks for watching. Have a good day, and good job, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, all right, bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.